Hi, my name is Devansh, and this is how I learned to create games. For me, I am from Uttar Pradesh, so my total childhood was in uh, a city named Kanpur. After that, we have moved to the Delhi. So we can say a lot of childhood was from Delhi too. And the real love with the game started back in the days when I was in Kanpur. So it was very, very early time for me. So from there, actually, everything started. And now I completed my graduation. That was back in 2017. And I was working for something else and was in different field. And I switched the career after having a lot of experience in different field. So it was like a new experience for me too. So for me, my gaming journey started at a very early age. That was back in 2001, if I say. And that was a time when my uncle actually bought me you can say the cassette games, you remember? I don't remember the actual name for them. So I started playing the games that we have like 999 to many of games with some color differentiation there. So it started with the Mario, and also then after that then Tetris. These games actually stayed with me for a very very long time, and I actually liked them a lot. That was a time when I actually fell for the games that yeah, this is something cool. That was like that. So the game that I always remember is the Mario, and the reason behind is that it's too simple yet too engaging. That is the only reason that I can think, and I think that's the enough. That much is enough reason for me to continuously playing that game. That game was so simple to like understand at a very early age, and it still was very engaging that you have to finish some levels and you have to fight the boss and everything. It felt very engaging at that time. So for me, the migration background is actually I'm a BTech and from IT. So I had a pretty much good background about the technical things. But for me, the game development, it's a gradual process for me. It doesn't like happen instantly. I always liked the game, but slowly, I didn't know that how to actually make the games and everything. It gradually started when I was trying to do something. Even my final project was on the game itself. So that was, you can say, that was like the starting points from where I decided, okay, I have to go into this field. For me, the graduation when I started, that was in back in 2013. And the reason behind taking the CS before like going to BTech and everything and considering the science background was actually the love for computers, you can say. I got a computer in very early time. My father bought that. And due to that, I gained the attachment to the computers and everything from a very early age. And before that, I was already playing games and everything on like connecting with TVs and trying to play the different games. So I was into this from a very long time. So that was the reason that I had decided to go with the computer science and then the BTech in IT. That was the reason. So for me, after the graduation was completed, I started working as a developer from the very beginning. So that was as a blockchain developer in one company. And I stayed as a developer for about 1 year. But after that, I left the development field for a while and for like a long time, you can say. And I jumped into the technical supporting. The reason behind that was due to many reasons, and the important reason for that was to explore different things. I used to relate myself with a lot of like creative works and wasn't like something that you just give some things to work on and you will create something and it's not even visible to you and you're just doing that thing. So I was not into that much. So that was the reason that, okay, I need something to actually explore first. So from there, I started exploring different fields, not in the game development at that time. That was the field related to graphic designs and everything. So my friend and I started on doing some projects and everything. And I also like made some things related to graphics and everything, got some freelancing work. So was doing that, and also was doing my like full-time day job that I just said, that is a technical support specialist for one gaming company. I was with the gaming company, but not as a development side of. I knew everything that how the game actually works apart from development, and was able to communicate with a lot of people at that time. So that just due to that exposure and to the exposure to other creative things, it actually just started like aligning, all these things get started like aligning themselves one by one. And I saw that, okay, this is the thing that I actually wanted to do, that have something that is challenging, that's the development part, that have something that is creative, that is the designing part and everything. And something, so this is like combination of everything for me. So that was the reason that I wanted to go into game development. So for me, switching into different industries and like switching to job roles was not that of a challenge. It may be like for like different scenarios. And I definitely talked about this with my parents, everyone, and also with the friends. Friends were like, you should not do it. Parents were like, you should also not do it. And I was like, let's try it. So it was totally different. And I was on my own. And I knew that anything that you will do, you will gain experience. There's nothing to lose actually. And before 30, I don't think there is any kind of risk, at least. If you're like not like, no one is like dependent on you, that's God grace that no one is like dependent on me at that time. So I had the time. I knew that I have a time. And after some time, I may not have that time and that leverage to try these things out. So I just said, okay, I will try it. I will try different things. I will try to explore different things. So it will be much more better to know the things that you want to do in the life at early age than figuring it out after 30s and 40s and everything like that. That's not a good thing to do. So that was the reason that, okay, I will try it. And to start over in different job roles, yeah, it do seem challenging, both at like financially way and also like as emotionally, because you are like going to work with someone who are like a lot not that of your age, and also while trying to do the things in your own way that you have like learned different things, you have to unlearn a lot of things to actually get sink in with them. So there has been like different challenges, but yeah, but that's a good thing that I did these things like switching and everything, because now I'm like, you throw me at anywhere, I will be able to adapt. There is no issue at all. It's like just comes in naturally due to that thing. So that's also very helpful, and it will be going to very helpful in the long run for my life. So I am very proud of the decision that I picked. So for me, when I found about the Outscal was actually by Mayank itself, because I was already working as a technical support specialist for a gaming company. When actually I got a message on LinkedIn from Mayank itself. So I got to know about the Outscal at that time itself, but I wasn't at that time. I was exploring different things, so I wasn't into the like game development at the very start. That was back in 2019 or 18, if I remember. I was working at that time, so that was the time. But yeah, that actually triggers one thing. Okay, there is something like Outscal, and they are doing something related to game. I didn't know that is what they are doing. But I then started like watching, because I was on LinkedIn. I had like a good following at over that time, that because of my different job roles that I had like previously, the blockchain developer, that was a new thing like at that time. So I had like a lot of connections there. So I was able to like, I was very like active during that time on the LinkedIn itself, because of many reasons. That was firstly the followerships, and also due to the freelancing work that we have to take with my friends and everyone related to graphic design. So I kept on like checking that what people are doing. I learned about it that many people are like enjoying it there and like learning a lot about the game developments, and I got to know. And then in like last year 2023, I decided, okay, I want to be part of this one also. So that's how it goes. Me, the things that surprised me most when I joined Outscal was the way of learning at that time, because I have seen like a lot of things where we actually have to learn and get involved in all these things. The with Outscale, it was mostly like doing practicals. You're just doing and creating something. It's just not like you're just watching something and you're just creating one thing and like watching. It's not. It was. It wasn't like that. It was like totally you're just into something and you're doing that thing and creating anything that you want, but with some guidance and everything. You are always like in sync with everyone that how to do this thing, how to achieve this thing, how you should do it and how you should not do it. All these things were simultaneously working, and that was also the challenging part, because at first when you like don't know a lot of things and you're like new to some things and you have to do it practically, so it at the very start it's a little challenging. So that was also a challenging part itself. So when I started like with the Outscale and started learning about different games and the games that they have provided, that you should like work in this way and try to make this way. So the first game that actually I made in the Outscal while I was in the Outscal, that was like a spacewalker. That was like properly polished and finished game. And after making it, I was like, yeah, now I'm in the zone. Now I got it, how to achieve these things and with a very like efficient way. Because that game was near to the games that I actually like, the simple games, but yet engaging games. So I was able to create on my own, and entire idea about like game design, everything that was also my own. So I was very, very proud about it. So for me, the placement journey was like very smooth because yeah, you guys also know that I got placed very, very early at like at the very start itself. And it was like very useful and very helpful in many ways. The most like best way I will say is like I was able to know that what I should put on the resume and what I should not put on the resume. And it's just not in the written way. It's like mentally you are prepared at what you have to do and what you have not, what you should not do. I was very, very prepared. I had an experience that how to give interviews on this because of different fields that in which I had worked on. But yeah, having something that is so much efficient to look at and so much like efficient to learn at a very start, it's like it was awesome at that time. And after also Malhar was very helpful in pointing out these things, like very, very small details that you should not like include these things or you should do these things. And if you had worked on these projects, it should be much more like elaborative in some sense, or like I had the proper portfolio and everything. I had created that in a very good way. He had appreciated, but still we were able to come onto something. So okay, this thing should be like much better, and you can like include some videos on this. I was like, yeah, that will be very, very helpful. So in this way, I was totally prepared for the interviews and everything. So currently I'm working at the Game Manu. So this is a Noida-based company as of now. And the things that I'm working is actually confidential that I can't share. But yeah, that the thing on which like I was interested, it is like combination of both the things that I wanted to. It's UI, everything related to the creativity part, it's there. And also the proper programming. It's not like you're just shallow doing something. You are like totally into it. You have to like create some frameworks and everything. So it's like very, very enjoyable there. I'm enjoying it. So if you talk about the long run, the future is about related to the creative things. I'm not just saying the one game element. It is going to be a creative job field in the long run, because that there was a time when it was not that creative. It was something like you are in like implementing and like generating some new things and some new ideas and everything. Now it's like you have different things there. Now people want something which is very, very creative, which feels like something again new that comes out of those things that is already there. So it is going to be a very good time for like the game developers in the long run, that's for sure. So if you are unsure about the game development, I will say give it a try. Because without giving it a try, you will not know whether you're unsure or not. That's the first thing. This is something like you have to go into it to actually know it, that what it actually is. Before that, you can't like commit that okay, this is not going to be good. You have some assumptions to like get to that point. Okay, this thing is not good. This thing I should not take. There are some assumptions that you have due to some previous things. But for when you come into game development, there will be many different things that you come across. It's just not the programming aspects. The style is different about the programming and everything. Also the creative aspects, also the things that you have to do here. It's a little different than from like a regular development role. That's for sure. You will know it when you start it. And why I say you should start making a game, just start, just try to make game by your own, like try to learn and try to do and create something. You will know that do you want to go into this or not. That's the first thing I will say, not before that, but you have to try to make it to know it. That's for sure.